Radio, where music and minds meet.
It's time to get in the ring with NJPW.
Yes, it is. It's time to get in the ring right here on Monco Radio with Music Reminds Me with your host, DJ D. Kooks.
Yes.
Right in the building. We have Beast Mike in the building.
I make my return. I was working last week with the Phillies home opener. Winning 2 out of 3 at Washington. Not a bad look. Then getting swept by the Mets. Not a good look. It is.
Including that 17-4 route.
That was ugly in every sense of the word. You know, Cespedes with the beatdown.
No, the 17-4 one that we had.
Oh yeah, well I wasn't there for that one. I was across the street for the double. But the beatdown that the Mets gave out was ugly.
Yeah.
That was too long. It's a beautiful Friday, about April the 14th.
Devin Hales did an excellent job.
Nice. It is a beautiful Friday, April 14th, day before Tax Day, 2017.
Tax Day's on a Saturday this year.
Yeah, really. Good luck. Good thing I did my taxes in February. And what we have a special guest here. Is one of my friends for a while since I really kind of started here with Monco Radio. Got my boy Ben here, who is like me. Like he's been on the Sports Lounge with me. He's a wrestling guy as well. He's actually got a good wrestling story he's going to tell us in a moment. So what have you been up to, man? Like where I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been up. You got the...
No, it should be on. We can hear
Yeah,
you.
you have to turn off the headphone. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's been a wild time. After leaving here, I went to St. Joseph's University.
Mm-hmm.
Got my minor in music and my bachelor's in food marketing.
Nice.
Which, just to let you know, I actually came here for psychology. That's what I got my associates in. But I was the lost puppy who wandered into the comm department.
Yep.
Got involved with audio and just kind of got adopted.
He took it and ran. And
Yeah.
That's like we went back and forth for a couple years because he was a Patriots fan when he was here, and obviously y'all already know me.
Tom
as a Dolphins
Brady!
fan. He was the and still is the Brady guy.
It is Brady.
He's still
greatest quarterback of all time. He's the GOAT. 5 rings.
Yeah,
Charles Haley got nothing on him.
And Charles Haley got 5 rings first, but that was him. That was legitimately him. He still loves Brady and Belichick.
I walked around South Philly in head to toe Patriots.
He
gear.
absolutely did. No, when the Patriots came here for a game, I saw him and Genocidal Maniac here. They're both going to probably be on the Monco Radio alumni broadcast. I'll probably be there too tomorrow. And
We'll be there too.
That game, and they were legitimately at that game. Patriots destroyed the Eagles, and he was head to toe.
DY.
Yeah, that was the dream team year.
Yeah.
But that was he was legitimately wearing the Patriot gear, and so he definitely does enjoy the Patriots' success. But you do have a wrestling story. Obviously, we're a wrestling show, and you have the story with Diamond Dallas Page, who just won the WWE Hall of Fame a couple weeks ago. So you talk to him about that.
Yeah, I had a really, really cool story with him. So, RC, who does Completely Damaged, great show.
Right.
A lot of cool stuff
Yep.
there.
Shout out to RC.
Yep.
He set up, when he was at Temple Ambler, a DDP yoga event, back before most people knew about DDP yoga, before you saw DDP on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
And it was his first Northeast event for DDP yoga. And he did these classes. He did 2 classes, one in the earlier part of the morning and then one in the late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there and I participated in the first one. They didn't have a way for him to get to the airport. So there's one woman who's running different recreational events at Temple Ambler says, would you drive him to the airport? We'll pay you.
Yo.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll
Let's
drive
go.
DDP.
Yeah,
I would do it for free.
I'm getting what you mean.
Yeah, I
let's
do
go.
this for free. I'm getting one-on-one with Diamond Dallas Page.
Yes.
In Philly traffic. So you know I'm going to get some
so
time.
basically you're getting 2 hours.
Yeah. Not even. because he actually, this is where the photos come in later.
Okay.
Is because we do the second class. I missed half of it because I was getting ready to go. Mm-hmm. He forgot his radio, his bag, his luggage, all the stuff they had in the front, in the middle of their quad. Like what we have out here in the Blue Belt campus.
turn around?
Right.
No. I was in a small parking lot where I picked him up. He says, we got to go back. All his bags were already loaded in the back of my car. So I'm ripping my Ford Expedition.
Yep.
It's green. It's a
green.
tank.
I remember that.
It's a tank.
Yep.
And I'm driving through the middle of their campus. People are throwing his stuff in through the window.
What?
And yeah. His stuff's getting thrown in through the window. They're getting it all in there. We're putting it all together. And then I'm tearing out. I'm doing like practically donuts in the middle of Temple's parking lot.
That's glorious.
Oh, glorious.
Yo, that's glorious right there.
And then we get out there.
Glorious as Bobby Roode?
Yeah.
Oh,
This
it gets better. So now we're out on 309. We're heading out to get to the airport.
Right.
She cuts off. I keep going because he's on a timeline. We're leaving about like 4:40.
Okay.
4:45. We actually didn't get on the highway until closer to 5. He's got to get to a plane at 6:30. So we're flying out the door to get there.
Yep.
And we're on the road. He's changing. He's in like yoga attire. He's been doing all these classes. He's ripping off shoes, ripping off clothes. I got him down to his skivvies back practically in there as I'm driving. There's shoes going in my face. And it's just like, I don't even know what's going on. Future Hall of Famer is getting changed in my passenger seat.
Keep in mind, 309, it stretches. It's a lot. I live literally down the street from 309. So I completely understand what he's getting at 309.
Yeah.
It is legitimately, it stretches a while.
Yeah.
You can take it basically all the way up here and take it basically through the city. Or
to Allentown.
Yeah.
It goes all the way up to Allentown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was saying, you can take it from there all the way down into the city, and then basically shoot to the airport, taking 95.
Yeah.
So or 76 or one of those two. It's you can shoot there. He's probably 309. I think their speed limit is what 65, 70. Yeah. He's probably doing 100 or doing 80.
I was doing like 80.
There you go. He's doing 80.
I was definitely breaking a few laws there on speed.
Really. Exactly.
And he's changing next to me. He actually got a call that day, by the way, earlier, just to backtrack.
Okay.
Just to give you a time frame for this. It was right the very same day that Scott Hall had his hip surgery, and saying that he felt so much better after the surgery than he did the day before. And he's getting a call from like Jake the Snake Roberts while I'm in the car with him. So at this point, he's changing. He's just about done, and he's getting a call from Jake. They're talking on the phone, and I'm bobbing and weaving. He's like, this guy's driving like me. So I'm flying down the road. Good thing there's no cops. Rush hour traffic was agreeable.
Yeah, because Flowertown cops, they play no games.
They don't
No,
play-
they don't.
They play no
They
games.
suck.
They play 0 games.
They suck.
So I'm flying down the road with him. He's like, hold on, this guy wants to talk shop. We talked wrestling. We talked about how if he had actually had things differently in WCW, like when they had him going for that title run against Goldberg, and that just ended with another Who's Next.
Yep.
If he had won, which Dusty Rhodes pushed for, he was saying that would have made the company. He was pushing for that. He was talking about how he could have done all these different things, all these different angles, WCW, the WWE days. And we're driving, we're talking shop, we're talking about all these things. We talked RKO. And how do you feel about Randy Orton taking your diamond cutter? He's like, it's not a big deal. And we talked about
He took it from Johnny.
Yeah,
true.
We talked about Johnny. We talked about how Stone Cold did the same thing. It's just different variations. He's like, I'm glad the move lives on.
Right.
And we talked about yoga and everything and how he's doing that. And let's be honest, we're a bunch of guys in here. Best part about yoga. Women in yoga pants.
Yes.
Church.
He was
Church.
and he was saying, like, man, I know why you picked where you were in that class. That girl in front of you was so hot.
Nice.
He's like, you're a man after my own heart.
I mean,
Applause.
Yes.
Applause.
That was
Downward
awesome.
dog was my favorite position.
There you go.
Man.
Yes.
That is a really cool story. That is really cool.
But it gets better. We get to the airport. Now, mind you, we got on 309 about 5 o'clock.
Okay.
We're at the airport. It is like 5:50. We got there in like under an hour.
Not bad.
He's looking at me like, I don't know how you did this. You're a miracle worker? You know what? I got my championship belt. I got my world title from WCW with me. Let's take photos with the belt.
Yep.
And we take photos with the belt. And he's got me, and he's got it over my shoulder. And then a driver comes up from one of the bus dropping people off, and he's like, oh, man, it's DDP. I saw. Dude, can we get a photo? Take a photo with him. And then he says, hold on. He takes another photo with me, and he looks at me, and he goes, sell it. And he puts me in the diamond cutter.
Nice! Nice! Nicely done. Nicely done.
And to cap it all off, he gave me free swag. He signed my yoga mat. He gave me copies of DDP Yoga, a DDP Yoga shirt, and all sorts of other stuff. And I'm telling you, I've done it. My brother's done it. It is a
Chris
fantastic
does it.
one.
It works? Okay.
Chris, yeah.
Oh, yeah, his brother. Yeah, his brother,
Yeah.
Seacoots, who also hosts a wrestling show.
Kukoc Gets Raw.
On Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a ton of wrestling shows. We also
Yeah.
have former WWE referee Kevin Keenan doing the show.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man, my things have changed since you exited stage right. So, what are you gonna show for the Monka Radio alumni podcast tomorrow?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I work at a tax office.
Right. Oh, well,
So-
hence, yeah. No wonder you're gonna be heavy busy tomorrow.
I'm gonna be busy.
Jeez.
And just to let you know, because there is some confusion, actually tax day has been moved to
Monday.
Tuesday
Or
the 18th.
Tuesday, right? Tuesday.
Because
Easter.
15th's on a Saturday and Easter
Easter
Monday
Sunday.
is a federal holiday,
Right.
so it's now Tuesday the 18th this year.
So you actually got a couple more days.
You got some time,
Right.
And don't forget, because you're college students,
right.
your tuition, whatever you put together for education, you can get as a college student.
Yes, you can.
An education tax break, a credit.
Yeah, I saw that when I did my taxes
Yeah.
a couple months ago. I saw that. It's a really good thing. See, that's something you guys should know about when you're registering for fall classes here. Like whether you're doing stuff with this or stuff with the comm department or every other department here in Monco. So that's something else you guys should really get into in the event of you guys are doing your taxes or going to bed here for the tax credits and for the tax write-ups and situations like that. So yeah,
You still watch?
I still watch.
Yes.
I still keep up to date.
right?
I gotta tell you, a buddy of mine actually went to WrestleMania
Oh, word? Okay.
Lucky.
this year and last year,
Nice.
and
Did he go to all the indie stuff too, or
He-
just the WWE stuff?
he WWE the whole.
He did the whole weekend.
experience. He did the whole experience.
So he did Hall of Fame. He did Takeover. He did WrestleMania. Did he do
Yeah.
Raw and SmackDown too?
When they were here, yeah. And-
Okay. Yeah, guys, we both went to the Raw before they went down to Mania. And
Yes.
the go home Raw before that. We both enjoyed that Raw.
He was saying that the biggest WrestleMania moment that to him was Shane O'Mac last year when he fell off the cage.
When he fell off the cell. Woo.
It looks so short on TV, but when you see it in person, it looks like he's falling forever. That man is crazy.
No wonder he hit the ground that hard.
Yeah.
No wonder he hit that table so hard.
Dude, I missed him in action way more because he was just a nut.
Yeah, he still is. Not much has changed.
Not much.
Not much changed. The only thing changed was his hair.
Yeah.
Everything else.
His hair's gray, but he
is-
can still
He
go.
can still go.
He had the best match at Mania this year.
Him and Styles are the best match.
Man.
Him and Styles are the best match. It was so good.
You put those two together, it's great.
It was really good. It was because Shane actually technically wrestled with AJ, and that's what made that match so much better. Cause I thought it was just going to be an aerial show with Shane and AJ, but Shane actually mat wrestled with him. And I thought that was really cool. That was really cool to see that.
The only one that really is a disappointment is Lesnar Goldberg.
I like that match.
Oh, I really liked
I
that
like
match.
that
That was a 4-star match.
I thought that was because it was short. Because Goldberg, they both do.
It was short, sweet, and to the point.
They both do. They both
Yeah,
do
but I'm
sprints
still
and
holding a
marathons.
grudge against them for WrestleMania 20. 'cause
Because that match was so bad.
that one was bad.
Okay, I hear you. Okay.
This one, I mean, a little redemption, but those two guys
20, they built up 20 so heavy, and
Yeah.
20 was a complete dud. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you.
and even though this one they built it up again, it's like it's not the same vibe. It's not the environment. It's like
okay, I hear you.
oh, let's dust off the cobwebs of
Yeah,
Goldberg.
I hear you.
Roll them out.
that was Goldberg and Lesnar in their primes. And you wish that would
Yeah.
have been better. I get you.
yeah.
I totally get you.
But we have some stuff to get to this
Yeah.
week. The
Yeah.
Superstar Shakeup.
Yes,
We have some New Japan to get to.
Yep.
You okay? Ben?
Yeah, I'm good.
Including
Good.
a classic with Shibata and Okada.
Shibata and Okada. That's where we're starting.
Yep.
This match was... I know you didn't see it, but...
I watched it yesterday. I finally had time to actually watch it because I was working Phillies games, games all week down to the sports complex. So I finally had time to watch it yesterday. He sends me the link. And what made it great was its simplicity. You have Shibata, who's this big, bruising, physical dude whose head is basically made of concrete. And you have Okada...
Literally concrete.
And you have Okada, who might legitimately be the best wrestler in the world, no matter the company. And he's their champion, and he adapts to every style there is. Whether you want him fighting a technical guy, by all means, he can do it.
He can do a brutal leg match with Suzuki.
Yep,
he can do a fantastic draw.
Yep.
He can do Ishii.
He can do aerial stuff.
All-time epic.
He can do an aerial He can do matches with aerial guys, i.e. Tamahashi, which was a classic last year.
All-time classic.
Yep.
You had the all-time epic with Omega.
Yeah. Earlier this year. And New Japan's biggest event, Wrestle Kingdom 11.
Fun exhibition that turned nasty with Tiger Mask W. And then this match.
And Okada retains the title in a match that really told more of a story. It wasn't necessarily about the action per se, though there was action in the match itself. It was a match that told a great story. And it told a great story of how much physical abuse can Shibata dish out and how much can Okada take. And then there's the...
I gotta find the gift with the headbutt.
And then there's, which semi-broke the internet on, last week?
Yes.
It semi-broke the internet there. And then you have the thought of Shibata of how hard can he possibly hit Okada before either he knocks himself out or he knocks Okada out and takes the title.
It was such a great story. The guy got a hematoma from it. Literally.
He apparently the post-match ramifications was Shibata he passed out shortly after the match happened. He collapsed. And he was taken to the back, and apparently doctors are saying there was blood that seeped through the skull.
Bowling layer.
It was blood that got through the skull, and he might have some skull damage stemming from the headbutt itself, which immediately caused himself to bleed. And so doctors are saying there's a 50-50 shot he'll wrestle, and if he does again, you might have to change his style up a little bit. But it was still or not use the headbutt anymore. But it was amazing.
Oh, I could live without seeing that headbutt again.
Yeah. Him and Jack Gallagher, for that matter, who's obviously a cruiserweight on 205 Live. I get nervous when Gallagher headbutts people. So I don't want him to have brain damage or something like that. Because Gallagher hits as hard as he can with his headbutt. But this was a tremendous match from start to finish. Okada keeping the title and retaining it. He's about 10 months in to his latest reign as IWGP Heavyweight Champion. His effectively 2-year run as champion has been tremendous because he fought all the heavyweight guys that you can possibly fight, pretty much. And Shibata being the last one left. And that's a picture of the headbutt. This is the sequence he's talking about, where Okada's going for the Rainmaker and Shibata's probably kicking him in the head. He eats the second Rainmaker. Shibata gets in that beast mode.
And
Shibata, who's going for PKs, probably kicks him right in the chest. But there's several gifts here.
There's several gifts, not of the headbutt.
There was a sleeper suplex one with Shibata doing the sleeper suplex.
Well, it seems pretty apparent that because the NFL and a lot of these other sports are worried about head injuries and all sorts of different issues. That CTE, you would even see that now in wrestling and others.
New Japan doesn't necessarily go by that kind of thing.
No, but you can see a WWE.
Right,
and
that's what WWE defends it, yeah.
And they dictate a lot of wrestling.
Right. And New Japan's a little bit more lax when it comes to head stuff. Yeah. So this is why you see a little bit more violence towards the head in their company and in Ring of Honor for that matter. You see a little bit more violence towards the head as opposed to WWE stuff.
I didn't like watching Ring of Honor. I couldn't get into it. It just I don't know.
That's kind of a there's no gray area with Ring of Honor to me. I think you kind of either you're in it or you're really out of it. I think it's a.
I know New Japan had it.
I've been to a Ring of Honor event a couple years ago. It's something you get into or you're not into it. It was nice. And I saw one of those matches with Shinsuke Nakamura before he came to WWE
Yeah.
in that show. Shinsuke is as charismatic as you think he is.
Jay Lethal's finisher is ridiculous. It's awesome.
Love how he does it.
But it's almost like ECW. You don't know how that's going to play on a bigger stage.
A little bit. It's kind of got that whole feel to it. I get you. It's kind of that whole what we're looking for. Not a niche, kind of like a cult following.
Yeah,
I think it's
like Sandman is huge in ECW.
Right. He never really made it WWE, but he didn't have that same following.
He didn't. But when you see him come out in ECW,
it was classic.
It was ECW.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal, when he comes out and he does that finisher,
right.
It's incredible.
Here it is.
Yeah, this is the sequence with Shibata.
The slap.
Yeah, Shibata is the one standing right this moment.
And
Okada's
this is a brilliant moment too, because in Okada's matches, he has such psychology. It goes back to the Tanahashi match when he holds on to the wrist.
He holds on to the wrist. It's like he's preparing to give him as many rainmakers as he has to get Tanahashi down. And
he's kicking
him square in the head. 3 shots. And Shibata holds on to the wrist.
And the referee is so good in this instant as well.
The ref let it ride and just let it keep going because he kind of knew where this was going. Where Shibata's kicking him as hard, and Shibata is kicking as hard as he can, right in the face of Okada.
I think he's trying to hit him in the shoulder. I think he's really trying to go for the shoulder, but he's just a little off.
Sort of, because Okada's finisher is a clothesline. Effectively, it's a rainmaker where he kind of pulls you into a clothesline. That's kind of why kicking him in the shoulder would make sense.
It was. I can't find the exact thing with the headbutt. Shoot.
Yeah, that match. Yeah, the headbutt is probably it's the signature moment of the match. That's what caused the blood you saw when you saw Shibata start bleeding from the top of his head.
But this match was so fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
I think it's a transcendent match that people need to watch.
It is one of those matches you do need to see. I totally get you there. It is a match that is absolutely worth watching and absolutely going back to watch it. And will probably, for that matter, make a lot of Match of the Year ballots.
Oh, this is definitely in my top 10.
It'll make it.
And it's hard to keep it out of my top 10.
It's going to be hard to keep it out. It's going to be challenging to rate it. It's not Okada Omega, but it's not that far off of it.
No, it's not far off. I gave it 5.
Right.
I gave it an easy. It was an easy 5 stars.
I can live with it being 5 because of the story they told. I thought the story was magnificent.
We have Hiromu Takahashi defeating Kushida in 1 minute and 56 seconds, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then Goto defeated Sabre, and then the other result you need to know: War Machine won the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles over Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi and Kanemaru beat World Class Tag Team. So that's what you need to know from New Japan.
A lot of the rest of the show's WWE stuff.
And then, Mike and you and Ben.
Yep.
What did you think of WrestleMania? Because
I wasn't here last week, so I didn't get a chance to do that. You want to go first? Or what did you think of it?
I'm the guest. I mean, I guess I'll go first. I thought it was a great show.
Yes.
They definitely. I like what they've been doing more and more lately. I think that they're doing a lot more pairings. They're starting to make it. I'm not saying I'm a Smark. And I'm not saying I'm a Mark. Mm-hmm. I can see the points of both, but I like to be more of a Mark. And they're really making it for an older fan that you can see it and get really excited about it.
Right.
The atmosphere, the vibe of everything, how big it's getting. Mm-hmm. It's even better. I love seeing the old faces.
Okay.
But I also like seeing the new guys really step up. And my favorite of the new guys is Dean Ambrose, and I'm really enjoying the changes with that.
Ambrose has been he's been incredibly hard worker over the last 3 years. Like, since the Shield broke up, Ambrose, I'm not sure anyone's worked harder and been in more matches than Dean Ambrose since the Shield break. And Dean, I hear you. Dean and Corbin, I wish they were on the main show, but I understood that somebody had to go to the pre-card simply because of the women on SmackDown, and everyone screamed so loud that the women on SmackDown needed to be on the main show. I thought the show itself was very good.
I thought the first half was very good.
It was brilliant. Yeah, the first half was tremendous.
And then the second half sucked. The Seth Triple H match was
6 minutes too long.
Brutally too long.
It was 6 minutes too long. And I think what's sad, the thing I knock about WrestleMania is I think Bray Orton could have been better. My problem with
that was a dud.
The problem with that match, I think, was I don't think they wanted that to outshine the two Raw main events, Goldberg Lesnar and Taker Reigns. I think they wanted those two to be the things that stand out the most.
And one of
those are bad headlines.
That was exactly. No, that was a bad idea. I wish that Bray and Orton could have been more lively, more entertaining. I think they're going to have a much better rematch at Payback. I think their House of Horrors thing, I think, has some legs to it, and they break it, take it to places where we wouldn't expect it.
You do see at like Backlash, Payback over the years, you see a lot of great matches that are follow-ups to WrestleMania.
Right.
Which is why I think this is what we're going to get out of this match with Bray and Orton. I think they're going to have a way better rematch. I agree. Shane and AJ, like we mentioned before, I thought was definitely the best match. The Hardys thing I thought was great. I thoroughly enjoyed the Hardys thing. I enjoyed both women matches. I think could have been longer. That's where I would have taken away the 6 minutes I said from Rollins and Hunter. I would have given 3 to Raw's women, 3 to SmackDown's women. I think both of them could have been slotted with a little bit more time for all 10 women to get more shine. And it looked like they kind of casted the SmackDown women as filler between the 2 Raw maids. I think they just didn't know where to put it. I wish they would have put it right after or right before the Raw women in their match. That would have felt much better to me. As for Taker Reigns, I understood that Reigns had to carry it, and he did as well as he could have carrying it, and the fans completely dumped all over him as they did. And the booing on TV does not justify how loud the booing is in person. We were at the Raw before WrestleMania, as we mentioned before.
It's loud.
You couldn't hear what Roman was trying to say. They were booing him. You would have thought a Cowboy fan showed up. It was that loud when Roman Reigns came to the ring. And that first chord of his entrance theme, you heard it right away. And the sad thing is, I like Roman. I like his style. I like his work.
I can't stand Roman.
I think he needs to be a heel immediately. Or make him turn at SummerSlam. I turn him at a big stage. I turn him at SummerSlam.
Roman is just Batista in a different form.
He might. That's an arguable point. That's arguable. I can live with that comparison.
The worst thing about Batista, though, is he came back and they're like, "Ooh, you win the Rumble."
That was bad.
And
that was terrible.
I'm going to go do Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm out, WWE.
And then Ghost. Yeah, he stayed for 3 months and got Ghost. I was like, that was a wasted Royal Rumble match.
Yeah,
because Daniel Bryan should have been in it. That was a wasted match. The Mania match was great, but the Rumble match was a complete waste. And the Alberto thing I thought was fine.
Yeah.
Even with Alberto's comments last week. But still, it was...
Can we talk about Bum of the Week there?
Yeah.
Wrestling Bum of the Week.
Alberto put everybody on blast. It's live and it's filmed. Alberto filmed it. It was actually kind of like... There's a lot of sour grapes and a lot of butthurt involved with Alberto Del Rio right now. It really is.
Well, I'm surprised he's even working with WWE.
No, he's not. He's working with TNA.
I know, but even that he came back.
Yeah, no, me too. Me too. Completely agree with that.
They blackballed him, told him he'll never be able to work in wrestling again, and actually legally tried to stop his career. And then he ends up there for a little bit, and now he's going to TNA.
Now he's in TNA. He's been their world champion or involved in their picture for pretty much since he got to TNA. He's kind of he's sort of a star there.
He sucks.
I don't even know what's going on in TNA. And the Hardy Boys are done.
The Hardy Boys are... You think they chalk with the Hardys? The Hardys, I think, they've been solid since they come back.
Hey, Sting's my number one guy, and after Jeff Hardy was so bad that Sting couldn't even put him over, that tells you a lot.
Okay. They've had a little bit of a revival.
He can't stay clean.
No, Jeff and Matt, they've been better since leaving TNA with the whole Ring of Honor thing and all the delete stuff.
That Hardy Bucks match was
that was great.
phenomenal.
I was watching that this morning. That was a really good match.
That was phenomenal.
Matt Hardy doesn't work without Jeff, and Jeff's just an absolute disaster.
As singles guys, I think Matt's slightly more solid than Jeff is. Jeff will give you that wow factor, that pop factor. But I think as a singles guys, if I had to compare the two, I think Matt would be the more reliable guy. As in Matt can actually give you like a more solid match in a singles match.
He's a low mid Carter guy. On his
Matt
own.
is
Matt.
Okay,
but
he doesn't give you that pop. He doesn't give you that pop. He's a little bit vanilla.
You know, he had the whole show built around him.
Even though TNA, the whole delete thing was great when he remade his stuff with the broken Matt Hardy stuff. That saved his career. But I can see your thinking.
I mean, Jeff Hardy, his entire career is built off of the TLC matches.
Right.
If anyone profited, it's him.
Jeff profited definitely over Matt because he was the pop guy. He gave you that flash. He gave you that, oh, did you see that kind of moment. Matt doesn't have those moments. Jeff does. So I can see what your point there.
So we get into Raw.
So Raw starts the Superstar Shakeup where they split it over 2 nights. We were wondering how they were going to do this. So effectively ended up as like a gigantic trade that was split over 2 nights. And the first thing we hear is John Cena's music. Wasn't Cena. It turned out to be The Miz. And my first thought was, no, I wanted Miz to stay on SmackDown to fight Shinsuke. I wish Miz didn't have to go to Raw. Because Miz has been great on SmackDown. I had him SmackDown's MVP since the brand extension last year. Because of the way he rebounded and the way he carried the IC title and all the promos he did and all the stuff he did with Ziggler and then Ambrose and Renee, I thought Miz was brilliant. So Miz ends up going to Raw and kind of shedding the whole Cena impersonation thing, and then Dean Ambrose follows him up. So now we get a little bit of a reuniting of Ambrose and Miz. Ambrose promptly drops him dirty deeds, and was a pretty hilarious segment. The Revival once again beats up New Day as Kofi Kingston got hurt, and I'm sure that he got a little bit of an ankle surgery. He'll be back in a couple weeks. This seems like a minor ankle situation with Kofi, so look like Kofi will be straight in a couple weeks. So
New Day.
I love New Day. They're legitimately one of my favorite things in WWE.
Boring.
I
love the New Day.
He jumps on New Day, but I love what New Day does.
Bootios.
They make sure
Bootios.
you ain't booty.
Oh.
But I'm glad New Day going to SmackDown. New Day needs to revive that SmackDown division.
Yeah.
Because that SmackDown tag team division is pretty dead after American Alpha and the Usos.
Yeah.
It is pretty dead. So I'm glad they're going to SmackDown. So New Day gets sent to SmackDown after getting beat up by the Revival once again. And Revival's a tremendous team. The Revival's a brilliant team. Legitimately, my favorite face team, New Day, and my favorite heel team, Revival. They're legitimately, I think, two of the best teams in the company right now. They beat up New Day once again, and they're going to certainly be in the tag team picture almost immediately after the Cesaro Sheamus business with the Hardys are done.
And I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Okay.
New Day are going to be eventual Hall of Famers as one of the greatest factions, tag teams
I can see
in
that,
WWE history.
especially Kofi. I can see that. Kofi can argue can make it on his own if he were a world champion, because that'll make him a Grand Slam champion. I don't know if he'll get there, though. I don't know if he'll get to a world championship run. But
I really like Big E, though.
Big E, I think, has, of the three of them, if you want to say right now, who has got the most potential as a world champion, it's Big E.
And you know what's scary? Kazuchika Okada's only 29.
That's frightening.
I'd argue against Kofi because Kofi, his character was getting a little stale.
Sorry, I had to
where
make-
he's doing
I
like
had
the
to make
big,
that
like,
point.
oh, how's he not going to get knocked out of the Rumble this year?
That Rumble spot's funny. It's got some pop to it. I'm not sure how much further he can go with that.
No.
But of the three, I think Big E's the most potential right now to be a world champion.
Yeah.
I just wish Kofi had gotten there before he got to New Day. The whole Jamaican thing did get stale before he got to New Day.
Yeah.
It totally saved Kofi's career.
It did.
Let's see. Hawkins gets punched in the face as he gets
Thank God.
the roll. Let's see here. Neville's situation with Perkins, I thought was very interesting. Perkins beats Aries in a match, and then Perkins turns heel. I like TJ Perkins. I like his style, I like his flash.
He's a
I
better
like
heel than
his
babyface.
I agree with that. I think he could be the arrogant, cocky heel. I think that would work for TJ Perkins. So we're setting up with two good heels, 205 Live with Neville and Perkins, and two good faces, and Gallagher and Aries. I think you've got something with the four of them. And then the rest of everyone with 205 Live we'll get to later. Rollins was given a vow by Kurt Angle that he would stay on Raw despite Stephanie's demand that he go to SmackDown, which would have certainly shook up the entire Raw roster, that their number one pick would go to Raw, would go to SmackDown. Let's see here. Nia beat up Charlotte as Nia's signature win on the Raw since joining the Raw roster. I like where Nia's going. Is she a champion yet? I'd probably say no, but I think Nia's time will
I'm
come.
not like most girls.
Nia's time will come. I think she
And
will
then
eventually be
Charlotte
a champion.
skirts her way to SmackDown.
Charlotte will go to, we'll get to that with the SmackDown draft. Finn beat Jinder Mahal and got a concussion for his efforts, and then promptly got an address from Bray Wyatt, which is going to start a Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor thing, which I'm actually looking forward to. Demon Bray versus Finn. Demon Finn versus Bray, I think could be something interesting.
Bray Wyatt's boring.
He does not like Bray Wyatt. Let's see. Sami Zayn spoils Miz's Raw debut, which is a solid match between the two of them, as Maurice tried some antics outside the ring. It just didn't work. But then Zayn promptly goes to SmackDown as part of the Superstar Shakeup. We'll get to that later.
I agree with you with Bray. Bray's like, if you were to take early Mankind before the whole Have a Nice Day, Mr. Sacco, and he's like in the brown.
The Rage Mankind. I hear you.
And then you take that with Undertaker, and you added a ton of water to it.
You think
that's Bray?
The water makes him stale. I see you.
He's watered down. He's light.
Okay. I mean, he's got the Mankind build. He certainly has the build. He just has this different aura about him. On the mic, I think he's very good. And I'm glad that he was WWE champion before coming to Raw. I think that was long overdue. I wish his rivalries, I think, only work with the right people. I think they only work with like the right set of guys who he can kind of jump with and kind of benefit from.
I'm going to dust off an old reference here. If you were to take Undertaker and Mankind,
Right.
and you were to take Bray Wyatt, those two are Nas, and Jay-Z
is Bray.
See,
they were both Ether. They both Ether. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Ether, for those who might not know, is one of the greatest diss tracks of all time between Jay and Nas, when Nas completely eviscerated Jay-Z.
You 36 in a karate class?
It was amazing. The whole track. A lot of it we can't air on this, but it was classic. I encourage everyone to YouTube it.
Typo, yo.
that was so good. No, it was legit. No, he bodied Jay-Z. It was amazing. This is before Jay became super hot with Rockaware and Rockefeller Records and became close to a billionaire. This is before that. It was glorious how Nas completely eviscerated him. Speaking of eviscerations, my condolences to Roman Reigns. I'm wearing Roman Reigns right now. As Roman Reigns got bodied.
R.I.P.
Yes, my condolences to Roman Reigns after getting completely bodied by Braun Strowman. And it started off as a simple interview. Michael Cole was just asking a softball question about his feelings about beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania, basically retiring Taker. And by the way, that was the best part of WrestleMania. The whole Taker retirement thing I thought was amazingly well done. So Reigns is doing the interview. Everything seemed all normal and all fine. And then Braun Strowman showed up. And things got not fine for Roman Reigns. The beatdown began.
He got thrown through a table.
That's the least of Roman's worries. He was billed over one of those like package trucks, one of those like package storage bins through a table. And then it got worse. He got power slammed onto one of them, and then he got shoved with one of them, a third one, into his face. So we're thinking, okay, Braun's just gonna stop right here, but no, Braun makes it worse. Roman gets strapped up to a stretcher. And then Braun pushes it off the loading dock into the back of the arena in Long Island. So, okay, this got very violent, very real, and very quickly. And throughout all of this, the fans are chanting, "You deserve it," and chanting, "Thank you, Braun," and doing the whole yes thing. Because everyone... And this is getting kind of toolish and getting kind of annoying now.
Well, that escalated quickly.
It sure did. And so people are getting really toolish. It's becoming like the cool thing to do now. It's like the dump on Roman Reigns. And as good as Roman Reigns can actually be in the ring... He's terrible on the mic, though. I'll give him that.
Oh, he's awful.
He's terrible on the mic.
You know, the genes in that family...
No,
did not
mic
go to
skills
went to The Rock.
Because Usos can talk. The Usos can talk. And they're Roman's cousins. They're actually really good talkers. Roman's awful at it. And until he's a heel. He's actually respectable as a heel. At least he was with the Shield on the microphone. But he's terrible on his own as a face with the mic. So Roman is in bad shape and got shoved off a loading dock. And is now, this loading dock had to be a good 20 feet off the ground. It was a very violent experience. So then, okay, Roman's in the ambulance. Okay, we're thinking, okay, Roman's finally safe. Roman's finally away from this.
Then Braun's like, "I'm not done with you!"
Yes, Braun proceeds to push the ambulance, tip it over completely, and it falls on its side. And if for some stupid reason, the EMTs trying to put Roman in that tipped over ambulance, until they realize, oh wait, it's tipped over. It's not going to go anywhere. So they go to the other smaller ambulance. I started to think, wait, Braun might legitimately be able to lift the small ambulance. You really want him in that? But Braun was far away at this point, so Roman caught a beating from that guy, whom I legitimately love. Like, I'm legitimately becoming a fan of Braun Strowman. I love his style. Braun! I legitimately love Braun Strowman's style. It's so good. It really makes you think, whose approval rating is worse this week? United or Roman Reigns? Whose approval rating is worse this week? I mean, it's... who stopped dropping lower?
That guy was a ass.
Yeah, true.
That guy was an ass.
True.
And he got it coming. He's like, he had it coming. He had it coming.
He did have it coming, but their stock dropped $1.4 billion this week.
Yeah, I know.
In the span of 4 days. And then all the memes, the Southwest meme was glorious. But it was just the savagery involved in that. Okay, so now we're getting back to it.
See, I would actually go with Reigns.
Over who's the rating is worse?
Over that.
Because that's been more built up over
because
time.
It's an airline.
Yeah.
We all know that they're awful. There's not a good one out there, and they're all going to screw you over, and it's a pain to even get on the plane.
True.
You know, they're like Bank of America. They're going to get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roman, we're expecting you to be
Passable?
something better.
Something decent.
What Donald Trump's approval rating?
I didn't want to do that to you again.
I know.
You like him for some reason.
But I don't like him as much now.
He
dropping mother of all bombs.
We might want to get away from Trump because Trump is so bad in so many areas for radio.
Yeah.
He's literally like Doink the Clown. You throw it in there and everything just goes away.
I make no apologies. I've made no apologies for any type of diss I've had for the Commander in Cheetos, but I think it works out for me in this situation.
He is a Cheeto.
Yeah, that spray tan is real. The eight man tag: Shining Stars, Anderson Gallows versus the Hardys and Cesaro and Sheamus. Ended as you would expect. The face team wins, and with the Hardys, Twisted Fate Swanton on the Shining Stars. More on them in a moment. Then we get to the women, and we get to Sasha, who wanted the one-on-one match with Bayley, and got instantly interrupted by Alexa Bliss, whom became a very good heel on SmackDown. She really did, and is now on Raw. And it's like, okay, there's some more life in the women's division on Raw. And then Alexa Bliss doesn't come alone. Mickie James follows her, and now we're getting Alexa and Mickie, and then Nia basically lays waste to Mickie. To everyone but Alexa. She laid waste to Mickie and then Bayley and Sasha all in a row. As this night clearly on Raw was about Nia destroying everyone in her path en route to facing Bayley. And finally we got the champion.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
And finally we got the champion versus champions main event between Ambrose and Kevin Owens, the US champ versus Intercontinental champion. And which was a solid match. They've had nothing but solid matches against each other. In the end, it was Ambrose getting it done on his Raw return. Dirty Deeds to Kevin Owens, 1, 2, 3, and which led to Jericho getting a receipt for WrestleMania, dropping him with that code breaker, setting up that match at Payback between Ambrose and Y2J. Now to SmackDown, and the first
nostalgia.
And we started SmackDown where we left off with Raw with Kevin Owens. Owens gets drafted to SmackDown, or gets sent to SmackDown, bringing the U.S. title with him. But there's a catch. If Owens-Jericho match at Payback, if Jericho were to win, Jericho brings the title, or comes to SmackDown and brings the title with him. Obviously, Owens would keep it and stay on SmackDown. Everything would stay status quo if he stays. So, this led to Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn, who would also come out and make his SmackDown return, and led to a triple threat match later on in the evening. More on that later. We get to the match. Naomi. Actually, we'll get to the women in a moment. Women were a little further on down the show. The great tag team 2-on-2 between the Usos and American Alpha, because they've had nothing but good chemistry against each other.
It was getting brutal with JBL. Fire Bradshaw.
Yeah. Oh no, they dumped on Bradshaw because of Ronaldo not coming back.
So he needs to be fired. That
was terrible. Yeah, I wish that didn't happen with I wish that didn't happen with Ronaldo, because I think he was a tremendous broadcaster for them. I should probably recap what happened. The official superstars that moved over to Raw are the following: Miz Maurice, Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose. You got Bray, you got Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, Apollo Crews, Kalisto, finally going into the 205 division, hopefully. Heath Slater and Rhino, the original SmackDown Tag Champions, and Kurt Hawkins. SmackDown, before we get any deeper into SmackDown, we got, I told you, Owens and Zayn, Tamina, Jinder Mahal, Sin Cara, the Shining Stars, who would appear after the American Alpha Uso tag team match, which was really good. Usos would get the win with some great teamwork, and then the Shining Stars would come out a little bit more serious this time, and that Powerbomb backstabber was legit good. I think that's a good finisher for them.
Ooh, that looked brutal.
That looked pretty brutal what happened to Chad Gable there. Shining Stars would come out, and New Day is going to be on SmackDown, and they need as much star power for that tag division as possible, because it was completely the Raw tag division was completely OP for 8 days. And then we got Lana and Rusev, but not together. So Lana's wrestling, basically in the Emma Lena role that Emma could have had and just did not do. I think this can end badly for Lana. She's way better as the mouthpiece for Rusev. She's just way better at that. Let's see, other things that happened on SmackDown. We got Sami Zayn. I told you the Sami Zayn thing. I'll get to that main event later. Gronk got involved once again, throwing a beer in the face of Jinder Mahal. and then Mojo Rawley threw his elbow in the Jinder Mahal's face. That was a lot more painful. Mojo gets the win there. It's clearly Mojo's getting built up and celebrating with Gronkowski. They were in Boston. It was the ease of softball. It was way too easy to do that. Let's see here.
He got a softball there.
Yep, that was super easy. We got the Shinsuke thing with Dolph Ziggler, which I think they can have a good match. I just wish there was Miz in Shinsuke as like Shinsuke's first main roster heel coming at him.
Ben, what do you think of Shinsuke?
That is the coolest entrance.
Yes.
That is...
Yes.
It's so slow, but it's so worth it. And when he actually has the violin...
The violin is
live.
So good.
Oh.
You know, he saves it for special events. He saves it for special things, and that's what makes it great. They don't overdo it with the violin guy. But you know when he comes out, you know, the building went... You couldn't hear anything.
No.
Well, when he came out in Orlando, you couldn't hear it because the violin set the mood perfectly. I think he saves that for special events and with his entrance like SummerSlam, WrestleMania, those types of things. But it's brilliant. It's excellent when he does it.
He is
I love
probably the longest build of one of those guys who people have been waiting to hit WWE in the main roster for so long.
Right.
And once he got there and
he took off in NXT. The second he got to NXT, he took off.
Yeah.
It was a tremendous... He didn't even need NXT, but I'm kind of glad he went because he really put NXT on a higher plane than what it was before he got there. So I'm actually glad he went to NXT.
I thought he was going to get pulled from NXT last year.
I thought he was going to go main... Yeah, I thought main roster would have worked. He would have been on main roster. He would have been fine. But the fact that he went through NXT first and kind of built that up and built up Finn and his rivalry with Joe was great.
No, I mean like not this past Royal.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, this is last year I'm talking about.
But he was already in NXT for a little bit at that point.
For a year, he was there for a year.
Yeah.
I'm arguing. You think instead of like going to NXT at all, just going for the Rumble like AJ did.
That, or like he was in NXT for just a few months at that point, just pull up
SummerSlam.
Yeah,
that would have worked too.
But I think what they wanted to do is build up NXT, like you're saying, and then
you put him on, and now it's like, okay, Shinsuke is legit. So that was good. Dillinger, speaking of NXT and popular guys in NXT, Dillinger was really good down there too, and he beat up Aiden English as Evolved Villains, who could have been a good team on SmackDown. Were split with Simon Gotch got bounced.
Simon Gotch is a douche.
Yeah, Simon Gotch got released, and so Aiden English was put on his own and got completely disposed of by Ty Dillinger with the tiebreaker. So
being referred to in the third person means you're a douche.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. That's pretty much it. We got the women's shakeup with Tamina joining the roster and then Charlotte joining as they were in Boston. So we all thought, okay, Sasha Banks is the move here. Instead, they chose Charlotte, which I think was the better move. I think Charlotte's been the best woman in the company for the last 2 years.
Leave the boss alone.
I keep Sasha on Raw with Bayley. By all means, I keep Sasha on Raw with Bayley and keep Becky and Charlotte on SmackDown. They're 4 of the 5 best in the company right now, along with Asuka, and Naomi probably 6th. I put them all together. I think that's by all means they're doing their thing. So I'm glad Charlotte's going to SmackDown. There's not much else she could do on Raw. She's done everything else. So by all means, put her on SmackDown. Put her with Naomi. I think that would be a really good match. And so then we get to the triple threat match between Zayn, Corbin, and AJ Styles. I thought it was a very good match. It had a lot of feel to it of they're protecting Baron Corbin super heavy, as they probably should, because Corbin's really coming on strong. He's really done very good work here. And they had Styles pin Zayn with a phenomenal forearm after they kind of disposed of Corbin with the haluva kick. So AJ gets the first shot after Battleground for the U.S. title, no matter who holds it, whether it's Jericho or Owens. 205 Live was decent this week. It had a very good match with Gallagher and Perkins. But before that, the only things that were really kind of noticeable, we had Mustafa Ali beat Kendrick with another lesson taught by Akira Tozawa through the Brian Kendrick. Those lessons are hilarious, by the way.
I love Akira Tozawa.
Tozawa's
over. He is over.
He is over. He really is. We got the hilarious presence that Rich Swann gave after his match with Oney Lorcan. Oney Lorcan's actually pretty good. Lorcan, he beats Lorcan, and then Noam Dar comes out. Noam Dar comes out, and he tries to deflect the credit that Swann took because Swann apparently gave Alicia those presents, and then Dar takes credit for the latest present coming to Alicia Fox, which was an incredibly hard read by Rich Swann, knowing what Dar would do, and then powder in the face of Alicia Fox, like a la Mr. Fuji style. It was actually amazing. And the look on her face was priceless. And the look on his face was even better because he realized he was very, very dead. We were about to have our condolences to Noam Dar because he looked like Alicia was going to kill him.
Because Alicia is crazy.
Yep, it looked like Alicia was prepared to kill him. Then we got to the main event that was Perkins and Gallagher, and what was a very good match, I thought. I thought it was a very
What do you
good
think
match.
about cruiserweights?
Man, it's...
There's a lot going on with them, yep.
What?
There's a lot going on with the cruiserweights.
There's a lot. I don't even know where to begin.
There's a lot going on with these people. So we get to that point where we got Perkins and Gallagher, and they're all over the place. There's some good psychology involved here.
Thank you, Ben, for joining us.
I go?
Yeah, I got
All right, thanks. Yeah, good seeing you, dude.
Good seeing you, too.
Jeez, yeah, good seeing you. I haven't seen him in a while. So that was a pretty entertaining match with Gallagher and with TJP. In the end, it was Perkins getting a clean win with the detonation kick and putting Gallagher out for 3. And then Neville raising the hand to Perkins, as it's clear that Perkins is either a heel on his own or as a disciple to Neville going forward as he gets closer to Aries versus Neville at Payback for the Cruiserweight title. Then we get to NXT, and NXT had a little bit of a different feel to it. Obviously, it was Shinsuke's goodbye, which was the major story. DIY returned, and they did their thing. Aleister Black debuted on NXT television and promptly kicked his opponent in the face. So that was quick, short, sweet, to the point. So not much happened on NXT other than Shinsuke saying goodbye to the brand and everyone showing love to Shinsuke on stage. I thought was really nice.
All right.
So not much else happened otherwise.
So we're going to watch the WrestleCon 10-man tag.
Okay.
So on one side we have...
This is Team Ospreay versus Team Ricochet.
Yes. So here we go.
This is one of the most highly anticipated matches of the WrestleCon weekend. 2 teams of 5 set to do battle. Will Ospreay captains one team, and Ricochet captains the other team.
I love this match.
Let's see who their teammates are.
So Ricochet, we got Ospreay's team first. He's got Marty Scurll. He's going to play Marty Scurll.
Drew Galloway, Ryan Smile, and Leo Rush.
Oh, I should also mention Galloway versus Oney Lorcan was a good match too on NXT. And Galloway did work. Or Drew McIntyre, I should say. Yeah, McIntyre did work against Oney Lorcan. Lorcan had a good week with 2 matches.
Marty Scurll. Chicken Wing!
The villain.
My favorite wrestler.
Okay. He's one of the best heels in the world. I give you that. So let's see here. We got obviously Scurll and Ospreay are headlining this team.
Galloway, Leo Rush.
Galloway, Leo.
And that guy is Ryan Smile.
Now we got King
And
Ricochet.
here comes Ricochet's team. He's going to need a lot of firepower to battle this team that Will Ospreay has put together.
Holy shit, Marty, what did I miss?
Fresh out the box.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready.
Tammy Callahan,
who Ricochet
Jason
got with
Cage,
him.
Okay.
Desmond Xavier, and A.R. Fox.
Okay. Alright. You figure you got aerial guys like Rush and Ospreay.
And
Ricochet
A.R. Fox.
Ricochet and Fox.
And
the aerial
Desmond
guy.
Xavier.
And Desmond Xavier, yeah.
Their feet, it's hard to see from this location. Who Ricochet has got with him? Oh boy. He's got some firepower too. Death Machine, Sami Callihan. I'm sorry, A.R. Fox.
A.R. Fox.
Jason Cade.
Desmond Xavier.
Let's go.
Desmond Xavier, a guy who has been tearing it up all over the place.
Wow. What a collection of talent Will Ospreay and Ricochet have assembled to oppose one another
This is going to be pretty good
here at
turn.
WrestleCon.
But I like how both these guys, they've got some solid veterans and some new talent on both teams.
This is going to be a pretty good turn on 10 right here.
Be interesting to see who starts this match off.
Let's go.
Ricochet immediately goes after Ospreay.
Fresh out the box.
And we have a
The two captains go at each other in this 4-4 in the ring.
Sami Callihan, Marty Scurll,
Nice right hand.
like AR Fox, Leo Rush.
And this is Drew Galloway taking advantage of that
Scurll,
size.
the huge lariat takes Callihan off his feet.
So now here we go.
Again, most of these wrestlers in this match have been in numerous matches throughout this weekend.
They got Marty Scurll
And Desmond
and
Xavier.
Desmond Xavier.
Up Kamakiri.
As Xavier's going to work. 6 for 9.
That's an amazing maneuver.
Yeah, around the ring post of the 401. Now Ryan.
Whoa! He
Ryan
slipped.
Fowler in the ring.
He slipped but caught his balance anyway. Nice elbow.
Desmond Xavier.
Xavier gets caught.
On the break.
So fast.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
Puts out a Blue Thunder Bomb.
Oh!
Double headbutt.
The double headbutt. Meanwhile,
Rattled.
Jason Cade and Ryan Smile.
First.
nice! Sprinkler Codebreaker. Handspring Codebreaker. Jumping DDT. Which,
DDT plants down Smile.
Jason Cade alone
Jason
in the ring
Cade.
right now. So many options to jump
that's where
on.
Codebreaker could pop it.
Oh,
No, this is a horrible mismatch.
Drew Galloway.
This is a horrible mismatch. As Galloway is going to work.
Lighting up for Jason Cade.
Machine gun chops.
Oh.
Overhead belly suplex.
No.
I bet when Ricochet said, "Hey, you want to be on my team at WrestleCon?"
He wasn't ready for
He's
McIntyre.
across the ring with
He wasn't ready for Galloway. He was not ready for
Here comes Aaron Fox.
And Aaron Fox.
Fox comes in.
Insecurity.
Trading kicks with the big man. AR Fox
Gonna take him off the ropes
Escalera
and
goes up, down,
jump.
up, down, around.
Nope. Oh, gets caught. Nope. Oh, he got caught. Oh, he got caught.
Unfortunately,
This gonna hurt.
Drew Galloway had some other plans there.
Yeah, this gonna hurt. No. He turned into a
Bulldog,
bulldog.
huge
Fox still
bulldog by
turned into a
AR
bulldog.
Fox.
So now here we
Leo
go.
Rush comes in.
Here comes
got
Leo
the
Rush.
clothesline up.
He got hit with the clothesline. He still
Measure.
kicked up.
Had Leo Rush
It's
down on
Gary.
that one.
Leo Rush,
Leo
so
Rush.
fast. Ducks under AR Fox. And AR
Gets flipped
Fox
with a kick.
among one of the fastest men.
That
in the
cross.
ring. Oh,
Super kick to go to the ribs.
beautiful combination of kicks by
And
Leo
Insecurity.
Rush.
Now Leo Rush stands
And
alone
this has been non-stop action from the bell.
from the rip.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh.
I don't know.
Space Cat.
Space Cat in the building
Behind
now.
Oh.
He wasn't ready. Leo Rush wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Leo Rush entranced by the Space Cat.
He was not ready for the Space Cat.
This is interrupted.
He was not ready for that. Instead, he gets chokeslammed for that.
He says he hates cats, and he gets chokeslammed by a cat.
Yep.
Any of them so far.
And now
Then
William
Ospreay.
Ospreay comes in. Oh!
Ospreay goes to work. Ospreay gets
Finds
caught.
himself tied up in the choke slam.
And then he rips the mask.
Are you telling me the Space Cat is
Oh!
a rolling soul butt from Will Ospreay?
And he gets the Van Daminator effectively.
And then the two captains.
And then the two captains go to work.
Ospreay.
Remember that match that broke the internet?
Before, right?
Yeah.
Remember that sequence that broke the internet?
Yeah. Here we go again.
That DBZ sequence? This is effectively what's happening here. DBZ flow!
There you have it.
And then everyone's back in the ring.
Oh!
And let's go to work.
What is going on here?
Here in the background.
And then you hear music. And we got a dance off. We got a dance off during the match.
Are we having a dance off?
It would appear so.
We got a dance off during the match. They're playing Don't Believe Me Just Watch in the background for those who might not hear it. Somebody scroll up, go to work.
Ricochet does the Carlton.
I think Ricochet can actually get down, so I actually he does the Carlton.
Let's see what Leo Rush can do here.
All right, Russ, what you got? What you got? Okay.
Robot.
Oh, yep.
Well, let's see what Sammy's got.
There we go.
This is going to be
Yeah, here we go.
He is known as the Dikembe Mutombo of the dance floor.
Wow.
Thumbs up.
Oh, he's waiting for the hook. He's waiting for the hook. Let's go.
Who saw that one coming?
Let's go.
It's better when Bubba Ray Dudley used to get down.
They doing the worm. Let's go.
Good old-fashioned worm never hurt anybody.
Facts.
Just ask Michael Elgin.
That was nice. And the dab.
Sure.
You know it hurts my heart every time TJ Perkins stabs.
And the choreographed body is CJ Perkins as he dabs. And Tom Phillips for that matter.
Let's see what Will Ospreay's
All right,
got
talk
here.
to
The
Will,
aerial
talk to Will.
assassin hitting the dance floor.
Oh, talk to Will.
Rapid fire footwork by Will.
Oh, talk to him. Talk to him.
Break it.
Woo.
Okay.
That was hot. That was hot. All right, Ospreay did
We've
it.
got multiple canvases in the back there because this one's getting torn up. A lot of pressure on Desmond here.
Yeah, what you got? How you
Pressure on
follow that
Desmond.
one? I guess it was you
Let
got.
him in. Let him in. What?
Oh.
We're doing a show.
Booker T. Holy shit, that was awesome.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. No. Drew Galloway in the corner, not having it.
No, we're doing a wrestling
Of
show.
course he's not. What is Drew gonna do? What is Drew gonna do?
Nah. We're doing a wrestling show, so.
He does not look like he wants to do this. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
They are clearing a runway for him.
Wait a second.
Wow, some teamwork.
Uh-oh, Drew.
Now this is gonna be different. Now this is interesting. Let's see if Drew Galloway
Even
can
the
get
ref
down.
get involved.
Can Galloway
The
get down?
ref's getting involved.
Oh,
Oh.
we got the ref? Okay, we got the ref?
We had somebody trying to get into the show, but
Yeah.
here we go.
Drew Galloway's dancing.
Drew Galloway's dancing.
Only at WrestleCon.
You're not kidding.
And then, here we go.
Galloway.
He probably headbutts. And he put people to sleep with that.
What a way
He
to
headbutt the
dance.
entire rest of the team. Everybody on Ricochet's team. Oh.
On Ospreay's team.
Ospreay's team.
Won that one.
I know, it's so confusing.
They won the
There's
dance
10 men
battle, but
in
not
the
yet
ring.
the war.
Who
Now
would've
everyone's
thought
outside of the ring.
Drew Galloway would ruin a dance battle with a headbutt.
He really did.
You got served.
That was good.
Oh, here we go. Brainbuster, no.
Nope. Now we're actually back to wrestling.
Drew Galloway dance videos called Drew Got Served.
And the motorcycle's about to go to work.
Oh, I love
Nope.
the computer, a play on words.
Oh, super kick from the apron.
Girl, right in the side of the head of
Sammy
Ricochet.
right out to
Center
the
Callahan.
outside.
Pump kick.
Single kick.
Back kick.
Little rush.
Little rush.
Double
Nice.
feet.
Eats the
Oh,
feet.
the Lombardi.
Toby Savicino flow.
High velocity.
Empty
Nobody's
ring.
Nobody's
that
in
is
the
now
ring.
being filled.
Now you
Two
got
men here. Wait a second.
Ospreay.
And
Ricochet.
smile.
Yeah.
Ospreay. In control. AR Fox.
Smile. Blasted.
We never went over actual rules. Is this like tornado style? First pin wins?
I think it's turned into that.
Because the rest of them. Whoa! I was not expecting
Double body to the
that.
outside in those
I was not expecting Marty's going to do that.
Not an easy thing to do.
Jason Cage.
Oh!
Jumping knee from William Ospreay.
And then Ospreay
Captain Ospreay alone in the ring.
eats. Ospreay
Standing
enables. As the crowd
Conducting the crowd.
he's telling the crowd what it is.
Ribs. Ospreay.
Ooh, the combo.
Jason Cage.
Jason Cage caught that knee to the
Elbow
face.
strike, knocks him back
They
to
caught
the
elbows in the same area.
Earlier this evening.
Double drop kicks. Oh,
Drop kick, super kick combination by Cade and Xavier.
Kate and Xavier not about to go to work. Where are they gonna go? These people can jump. Here we go. Here we go.
Sasuke special and Fosbury flop.
As they go in.
Let's see what AR Fox can do.
Now Air Fox. Oh boy.
Foxy going to the apron.
What is Air Fox about to do? Everyone's preparing for him to fly. He's gonna jump right into that entire crowd. What? Oh jeez! He landed on the back of his neck!
Collided with the guardrail.
He landed on the back of his neck! He had to hit the ground or the guardrail with the back of his neck.
Luckily, there was a rock there.
Yeah! He's breathing, which is a good sign. But he eats all of that.
Oh no.
Galloway is easily the biggest man in this match. It's not going to work.
So big on hello.
What can't
And he landed on his feet.
do? He can dance. He can fly.
He can dance. He can also wrestle people.
And he can throw people around with the best of them.
I don't know if you see this, but Ricochet is now ascending the top rope.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
Ricochet just comes up with stuff as he's flying. Ospreay does too. You know, the two captains are about to do some stuff.
This cannot be good.
Wait a minute.
I heard about this on the internet. Wait a minute. Sands fly!
That is fly to the floor.
And through the other 8 people involved in the match.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no, we're not making this up. This actually happened.
Yes. It did.
This actually happened. All 10 men are down, and the crowd is flipping out, as they should.
That might be
And the ref is... No, I'm almost expecting the ref to jump on these people now. This is...
Yeah.
The competitors.
What Jason Cade will do.
Yeah, Jason Kidd's perfectly fine in this situation. What he might do, we don't know. It's Leo...
He's the jumping boot from Leo Rush.
Leo Rush. And Jason Cade is on the Nyquil right now. That boot put him to sleep.
Leo hooking him up. Superplex.
You know, after all this...
Tower of Doom, why not?
Yeah,
I mean, they've done everything already.
Yeah, we just saw a Spanish fly to the floor. Oh, this Tower of Doom might actually have 4 legs.
Tower of Doom. Constructed.
We're going from a normal Tower of Doom to like Willis Tower of Doom. Tower Terror also works. We're going from normal tower to Willis Tower.
What is going on?
What is what that? And Galloway turned one of them into a powerbomb.
Yep.
He turned the middle one into a powerbomb.
Everybody in the ring.
Everyone is down.
Getting some on that one.
Spot fest to the
last man standing
ceiling. And Marty Scurll.
And this is exactly what you want this match to be.
Yeah, I think that's about right, actually.
Marty might be thinking,
I don't know
time.
We actually going for submission.
Yeah, this is actually, keep in mind, he said match. The key word in that sentence was match. This is still a match. And then Marty Scurll's about to do something.
What time is it?
What time is it?
As Ospreay's doing his dance.
Chicken wing!
No, or not. Or a forearm to the face. Or a forearm to the face by Callahan. Ow, that hurt.
Now Ricochet.
Uh-oh.
I think maybe Team Ricochet, up in the ring.
Now Team Ricochet
working over.
now controls the ring. What are they going to do? And they all run in the boots. All 4 of them.
Telegraphing things.
Yeah.
Set of boots.
No, stop telegraphing. Stop.
Stop counting it off. I need you to do it.
No, stop. Seriously, stop. Oh, okay, the third time it actually worked. The third time they bicycle kicked. All 4 of them. Oh, nope, they all get caught.
No.
Oh, no.
Cheeky Nando's?
Oh, this go hurt. No, this go hurt.
Cheeky Nando's.
Quad super kicks. Yep, here that comes. Now everybody goes to a corner. Oh, geez.
That would have been bad.
This might end worse.
Another quartet of Chicken Nando's.
Quad super kicks, for those who don't know. And now they're all going to the top rope. All the members, 4/5. And now the biggest people. Oh, no. We got to do tombstones. Wait. Package tombstones. Callahan's got, oh, dear.
And Shooting Stars 450s.
Quad shooting Stars 450s. All 5 members of Ospreay's team kicks out. Meanwhile, Callahan did a package tombstone to Galloway. All that was going on in the 4 corners. So all 5 members of Ospreay's team could have been pinned, or any of the 5 for that matter, still would have counted as a loss, but they all kicked out.
This crowd is going insane.
The only person actually standing right now is the ref. And everybody else is in heavy amounts of pain.
And Ricochet.
Dave Meltzer
Yeah,
in
Ricochet
attendance
does
has
that.
run out of notebook paper at the
Shout out to Meltzer. Salute to Meltzer.
Page and the margin.
Somebody run next door to Walgreens and get Dave another spiral.
Yeah, really.
And some footlockers.
Oh, nice kick to the back of the head by Ricochet on Leo.
Roundhouse kick.
He follows up with the other foot. This time to the side of the head.
Or at least an attempt.
Oh, no!
Kick.
And the axe kick.
The exclamation point. Ricochet thinking better.
Wait, I know. Oh, no,
Leo
not
ducks.
Nope.
Move to that
Larry,
knee.
ooh.
Hook kick to the ear.
Larry Rush with the clapbacks. And then
Jason Cade with the super
get
kick.
Greg. Super kicks.
Wow,
Super
the
kicks on
super
super
kick.
kicks. Super kicks on those super kicks.
Xavier,
Super kicks on those
Osprey.
super kicks. Even more super kicks. Where's the Bucks when you need them?
Catches. Flat
Super kick.
Oh.
Where are the Young Bucks when you need them?
Bicycle kick caught.
Bicycle kick.
Bicycle kick caught.
Clothesline.
Clothesline. The clapback by Callahan.
Just kidding.
And a kick to the knee, super kick to the kneecap.
Super kicks the ankle.
And now we're back to where we were before all this second part of chaos happened. Nope, oh, get innoed! Get innoed by a cutter. Pop up.
Wow.
That was nice. That was nice. Pop up and the cutter happened as he was coming down. And then we're doing no, he ate that one. Oh.
Kick to the head, a smile.
Smiley caught that one.
Leo Rush is getting into that place.
Yeah.
Leo Rush waiting for him.
Ooh, he spiked him with that
And
one.
just spikes him.
Ooh. Leo Rush with the spike, and now Sammy Callahan's behind him.
Leo Rush.
He has no idea Sammy Callahan's behind him.
Oh, wait a second.
He has no
Stealth high
idea.
five.
KO's about to
We talked about Diamond Dallas Page. Don't jump! Don't jump! I warned you not to jump. We talked about DDP earlier. Shout out to DDP Yoga.
Tomorrow in the fitness center here at the Wyndham.
DDP.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Double fingers.
True
Stunner!
Stunner.
We got a stunner. We went from cutters,
Here you
RKOs
go.
to stunners.
Eclipse.
Oh! Let me get the eclipse.
Pressure program.
Stunner.
And a stunner from Marty Scurll. That was myself.
Jason Cade set flying.
And another one. Lethal injection.
Pressure rather.
The rebound ace crusher.
Which is basically lethal injection. Don't jump. Oh, he was waiting for him to jump.
Up to the
Oh.
top. Osprey.
Oh, not like this! Oh, Scudder.
Hey, who's the legal man here?
Wait, Osprey's girl on the same team. Oh, no, this gonna hurt. Ooh, super kick knee. Super kick knee.
Now I see a little
Dual
bit
super
of
kicks.
footwork of the leaders.
That dance party felt like a year ago.
It sure does.
There's been so much action.
The Trouble in Paradise.
Sick kick.
And a clothesline, though. Oh, the pile, the spike, the quick pile driver. Everyone's Osprey's team, and then the caliber gets broken up.
You think
So
five guys
much.
are pinning a guy that's going to do it? Nah, Jason Cade will break it up.
Yeah, and the rest of the team Ricochet followed.
Everybody on their feet
This
right here.
match is crazy right now.
Except one guy's on his phone like a dick.
I wouldn't remember that one either.
That's funny. That's very funny.
These guys all.
The crowd's chanting all these guys.
10 men down.
This is so good.
Except for Osprey, who's back up on his feet.
So now Osprey is on his feet, and Aaron Fox is on his feet. Actual forearms are being traded,
Part of this match that some guys will on Sunday.
Most certainly.
and Osprey's like, "Come with it."
He said that round's going to work as hard as some guys on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, shots fired.
Escapes.
This is WrestleMania weekend. That's right. This is WrestleMania weekend.
Fox.
Oh no! Speak.
Slide.
That was nice. He jumps though. Oh,
Uh-oh.
not like this.
Oh no.
Not like this.
Oh no. Be quiet.
Over here.
Ow.
Yes.
AR Fox is not missing a finger. AR Fox is not missing a finger. Ah.
Of AR Fox. That's his autograph.
These sequences are amazing.
AR Fox jumps. Oh, nice. Nice kick. Meanwhile, frog
Frog
splash
splash.
on the lower back.
Callahan
And then Callahan comes back in
smile to the ropes.
and
Powerbomb.
sit out powerbomb. Meanwhile,
Drew Galloway.
Galloway comes in. Future
Future
shot.
shock.
Future shot DDT.
Air Fox.
And Air Fox is coming back. 9.5 fingers. Jumping
Springboard-
Sling Blade?
Yes, that was.
Yeah, Springboard Sling Blade. See, that fight, that's fast. Air Fox ducks. Oof. The combos! Woo! Leo Rush in his DBZ book. Meanwhile, Rush and Ricochet now. Northern Lights.
Into the Brainbuster. Brainbuster!
Meanwhile,
720 kick.
Ospreay with the 720 to the back of Ricochet.
Oscutter, no.
No, get caught, get countered.
Benadryl, no.
No, detonation. No, yeah, Benadryl or detonation kick. They're pretty much the same. And then Ospreay comes back with a bicycle kick. Suplex Stunner.
Stun Dog Millionaire.
And an Oscutter to Ricochet. And Ricochet kicks out.
We're having too much fun. Why not?
Yeah, we kind of are having too much fun.
Yes.
These are facts.
Now he's going up top.
They call him the aerial assassin for many reasons.
Ospreay up to the top. He has Ricochet in a prone position.
630. Oh no, Canadian Destroyer! Right on Canadian Destroyer!
And then,
Reverse Spike Rona!
yep.
Spike reverse Rona!
Yep.
Right into and Ospreay somehow kicked out.
That would have been one of the biggest upset of the weekend here.
Ospreay somehow kicked out.
But Jason Cage, star
Jason Cage, whoa. Ospreay didn't see that coming.
Dragon Rana.
Dragon Ron is.
implant, Dragon Rod.
He got him! He got him! And then look at his face! Jason Cage. Ricochet's team wins. And Jason Cage pins Captain Will Ospreay.
Yes. That was a match.
Yeah! So much stuff happened.
The second half, it's just a bit.
That was only the end of the first half?
Yep.
Jeez, what a show this had to be. But King Ricochet's team wins in what was a crazy good match. That was a crazy, crazy good match.
Yeah.
Ospreay was not ready for that Canadian Destroyer. That last combo that Ospreay took to lose the match. He was not ready for that. See, hits Ricochet with the 630.
Yeah,
And-
that was fun.
and then the Canadian Destroyer Spike Rona. That was nuts. That was nuts. But yeah, that was a really good match. You got anything else you want?
Let me see. Let me see. We could watch the WrestleCon Rumble. As a come down for this.
To kind of calm ourselves down as we get ready for the Dangerous and Perfect Talk show will be at noon. And this is the Kiss Room Friday, so the Kiss Room will be here. And as Matt Porter will take care of business with that at 3, as y'all already know. So all that, and then we got the alumni broadcast tomorrow. I know my boy with the Heavy Metal Power Hour, Genocide Maniac, will be in the building. So we got a lot to get to with that.
That was a lot of fun.
But that match was completely bananas. So yeah, so that's going to really set up for a lot of today, and all of tomorrow will pretty much be the alumni broadcast. So tune in for that. Either Monka Radio, MonkaRadio.com will show some people on Facebook Live, the streams, or the TuneIn app. You can also tune into this radio station here.
Yes.
Hi, finally you learned to sign on Facebook. What a novel concept.
Oh, yeah. It is a novel concept here on Monka Radio.
At least for you, or some other people. Some other people don't actually sign on Facebook.
Oh, I caught 2 people last week
There you
before
go.
I didn't do it.
There you have it. There you have it. So we're good? Or
Are we good?
All right, so I guess on Preview Lounge, you'll take it home. Inside the Lounge on Monday, we're going to talk NBA and NHL playoffs. Well, it was a great game between Calgary and Anaheim last night. We're going to get through recapping where we are and where we're going with the NBA and NHL playoffs. We're gonna talk some Derby talk. The Kentucky Derby's coming in a couple of weeks.
Oh, so I forgot.
Yeah, gonna let DJ Corona go in on the Kentucky Derby because it's really his time. Really, what he goes in with that. We will do the NFL first round mock draft. We're gonna do all of that in 2 weeks. Like not this Monday, the following Monday.
And we will both be down there.
We'll both be there, but we're going to do the full first round mock in 2 weeks. That's not going to be this week, it'll be the week after. So that's when we'll do the full first round. But a lot of the show is going to be based off of, we'll get started with the Derby, and then we're going to go with the NBA and NHL playoffs, and a little bit of baseball.
It was weird last year that it wasn't in Radio City.
Yeah, it was different. It was in Chicago, and apparently, like, road closures have kind of started. As construction started, the stage is pretty much up with the Parkway. And
how do you bus down there?
You would the way to do it, and by all means, I'm warning everyone now: public transportation is the way to do this because you're not going to be able to drive down there. You have no shot.
No.
So, what's the simplest way to get down there? You got.
So I know
if you're going from regional rail, you're going to take the regional rail train to Suburban Station, and it's literally up the street. So you get off at City Hall where Dilworth Park
or you
is.
can take the Broad Street line down.
I'm getting there too. I'm getting there as well. So coming from the suburbs, you get to Suburban Station, get off at that's pretty much City Hall. You're going to use the Dilworth Park exit. And then you see Love Park, which will be across the street. That's what they're kind of reconstructing. You're literally walking straight ahead from Love Park. So that's where the draft will be coming from there. You have on the Broad Street line, you take it to City Hall and basically follow the rest of what I just said. You're going to take the Dilworth Park exit. That'll take you there. And same rule applies for the Market line coming from east or west or north or south of Broad Street. Or east and west for the Market Frankfurt line, get to 15th Street. It's really easy to get there. So take it to 15th Street. Again, Dilworth Park exit, where Loft Park would begin, is literally right across the street from City Hall.
And that starts at 12 on next Thursday.
The whole draft experience, 27th through 29th. There'll be concessions and all, like concessions where gear to get merged. I saw the draft they had yesterday. It's really good. So there will be all that good stuff. That'll be along the Parkway. I'm a little disappointed it's not in the convention center as far as I know. It's going to pretty much be the Parkway setup. So the weather's supposed to be really good, though. We got all of that happening, and there's the stuff.
I'm excited.
I think it goes from 12 to 12, like 10 to 10 morning to 12 midnight the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And then 10 to 10 or 10 to 5 or something. And it's the third day it closes early. I know that because obviously the draft ends at around like 5:30, so I'd imagine it'll probably on the third day.
I'll be there for the first day, probably, if I don't work.
The first day is effectively the Monday day, and then the second and third days are kind of for the hardcore.
Even if I do work, I work morning, so...
Yeah, so you'll probably still be able to get there. Draft Town's completely free. The only thing that needs any type of ticket or verification is the stuff where the people are actually getting picked. Other than that, Draft Town's completely free, where you can come in and kind of see what's going on, and like
have fun,
have a lot of fun, meet up with other fans, other teams fans and whatnot.
Yeah,
and,
we got to meet up down there.
And I'm sure we'll run into each other doing all that kind of stuff. Like I'm not working that day, the first day when there's a Phillies game. We're just going to completely crit traffic. But by the way, take public transportation to the Phillies game on the 27th because good luck driving uptown. Good luck driving uptown on the 27th because you got the Phillies game, and then you have the draft itself. So that's the first day of Draft Town and the first day in the NFL draft. So good luck doing that. That's going to be fun. Driving's going to be a nightmare, I'm sure, for people. And there will be people who will drive because that's a day game. It's going to be a lot of kids involved. So
so you'll be there at night?
I'll be. What I will do that day, I got a ticket to go to that game, so I will go to that game as a fan. I'll just go as a dog.
You're not working?
No, I'm not working that day. So I'm going as just my normal Dolphin garb, and then I'll be shooting up to the draft after the Phillies game.
I should do that. I should do that.
So it made no sense. It made no sense. Ironically, not that I'm a Marlins fan, but it made no sense to work that day. I wasn't going to work that day anyway. I just got a reason not to now. So I will show up in Dolphins gear at the Phillies game and just shoot up to the draft and just go from there.
What are you sending?
I haven't decided yet.
You should. So I get paid next Friday. So
that's and then Friday the Phillies are out of town after that.
You should.
So Friday and Saturday it's fair game. Everyone just shoot down to the draft and it'll be a good time. It'll be a good party.
Yeah, it will be a good party.
There's no doubt. So that's really a look at. We'll get deeper into the NFL draft, and we'll do our mock the Monday before. So that'll be the 24th. We will do our mock draft, and then we'll do the full first round mock.
Yeah, I get paid next week, so
that'll be.
So that'll be good. I won't be doing anything outrageous with my money.
You probably will need a few dollars to at least get merch.
Or food.
Because whatever they're going to do with the draft with the merch, so with the food stuff. So that's something to look at. So that's really a look at the lounge over the next couple of weeks. A lot of it's going to be playoff stuff, and then the draft we're certainly getting into. We'll start really getting into the Derby, as Derby Saturday is May 6th, I believe that is.
Yeah.
May 5th or 6th, something like that. But we're going to start really getting into it this week. So take us home, you kids.
It is 11:42 on Monker Radio, where music and minds meet.